Duncan Robinson hit 7 threes tonight. Five of them had something in common that I just want to go through five of the possessions. It should be said, first of all, in this first play, that this is not a great Charlotte defense that he's facing. A lot of these shots are open. Some of it is things opening up off the bench, but a lot of it is just right here. It's just as I play this play, a lot of pointing, a lot of open shots for Duncan Robinson right out the gate. But the thing to mention here, what was noticed there, Jimmy Butler passed Duncan Robinson the ball. Why is that important? Because five of Duncan Robinson's 7 threes were assisted by Jimmy Butler. It's something that needs to be discussed because we always link Bam Adebayo with Duncan Robinson for obvious reasons. Over the years, it's been a lot of dribble handoffs. It's been a lot of them kind of getting each other going in a lot of ways with this Heat team. But when we look at the rotation change and we look at the reasons why they did it other than spacing in the starting lineup, I think part of it is just trying to link them apart in some ways, that they want to get Bam going by himself and allow him to eliminate that DHO need to find Duncan at all times on the perimeter, but also to open up Duncan in a way that I think there's players on this team that maybe open him up better than Bam probably does. And that starts right here with Jimmy Butler. Another play. Jimmy's setting up. They have to come over because Jimmy's, obviously a drive threat. They have to help over. This is just a nice play from Duncan Robinson. He's going to feed it to him, give a nice jab, turn his whole body, and he raises up, hits the three. That's just solely not a Jimmy Butler assist setup. It's just mostly a lot on Duncan Robinson. But this is the play right here where you kind of notice why they made this shift. A lot of his minutes, for one, is with tonight PJ at the 5. They were doing a lot smaller lineups in general. The more important thing is they're putting him next to Tyler and Jimmy more often. The new change in the substitution is that Jimmy comes out, Tyler goes in. But the thing about that is Jimmy, a couple minutes in, Jimmy's going to come right back in the game with the other subs. So it's going to be a lot of Duncan, Jimmy, and Tyler. It's important because Tyler and Jimmy, more than anybody on this team, draw two to the ball constantly. You're trying to not only force actions like Bam did, but you're just trying to draw two to, swing, and get guys like Duncan Robinson open shots. Right here, team's so worried about Jimmy Butler possibly that they're going to guard high. Once again, just bad defense in general, lobs it over the top and open Duncan Robinson 3. These are just three different shots that I've shown, all three of them decently open, like I've said, for different reasons, but it's because there's different looks than he's used to. We didn't see a ton of these type of lineups around Duncan Robinson. It's been the same type of thing for, 3 years? So it's an interesting kind of change of pace for him to go about. Now, the dribble handoffs aren't eliminated. It's just now with Jimmy a little bit more. He switches on. Terry Rozier has to switch on to him, a much smaller defender. He rises up over the top and hits it. Another one, setting a screen. He has to edge over. Duncan's sitting there waiting. Why is that important also? Well, you see Tyler deducts down to that dunker spot because there's no help there either. As much as you have to try to split the difference when you're on that weak side, there's no splitting the difference when you have a shooter of Tyler Herro's caliber waiting in the dunker spot to possibly shoot up to the wing or the strong side to kind of get the ball and pull. So it's a different change of pace in general, just seeing the way they go about things. But I don't think we should overlook the fact that Jimmy had 5 assists to Duncan Robinson and he only had 7 threes. This is purposeful, and I think as much as people talk about the different rotation changes possibly with Duncan Robinson, yes, it's one game, but they're figuring things out in terms of getting him new looks, ones that he's not used to. And what is he not used to? Open shots.